Guys, welcome back. I figured I'd go ahead and do a full, well, a review of Maneater, I guess. I just completed it, give you guys my thoughts. Like I said, in a nutshell, it's a pretty good game. It's not amazing by any stretch, but I do enjoy it. As you can see, as y'all have probably seen through the whole playthrough, it's a very simplistic game. Combat, definitely, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is enjoyable. So I guess something to keep in mind, it's not the worst combat of all time. It's definitely doable, but it's definitely not. There's nothing special about it. It's a very basic, simple combat system. Let's go into the map here. One of the things I really think is the strong suit about this game is exploring it. It is a very fun to explore. It has good environments. I think I said this earlier, but I do like all the, I guess, biomes, if you will. You get to explore, like, here, let me go ahead and go to. Because we were in the ocean just now. Let me go ahead and show you what the swamp would look like.
Fawtick Bayou has long been a favorite go-to spot for catfishing.
That goes into one of the things I like. I do like the narrator. He's very good at what he does. Adds a lot of flavor to the game, if you will. So, talking more about the game, the graphics are not the greatest, they're not the prettiest in the world, but the color scheme of the game is really good. So that does help make up for it. As you can see, we got some really ugly green mixed with some really good colors. It's got a good color scheme to it. I'd say it's definitely a plus about the game. Topic of combat, one of the things to go into is the evolutions. They add a lot of spice to the game. Otherwise, the game's combat would be very basic. But with these, you actually can add some pretty good depth to them. So there's three of them. There's the bone set, which is good for boats. The shadow set, which is good for wildlife, and then you have the bioelectric set, which is kind of a I don't want to say jack of all trades, but it's kind of what it is. It's decent for boats, but not the best. And it's decent for wildlife, but not as good as the shadow set. So it's a good bridge between the two. Helps bridge the gap. Actually, so yeah, very simplistic setup though. It doesn't change the game in any particular meaningful way. Actually, going into the evolutions, which can also help spice up the game a little bit. It doesn't change a lot either. Right now I've got hardy, brutal muscles, and reinforced cartilage. It can change a little bit, but overall the game remains very much the same with or without these things on. So, it's something to keep in mind. It's fun gameplay, but on the other end, it is very repetitive. So it does get old after a while. But the game is only for me, it was 14 hours and 33 minutes, and for a lot of other people, I've heard it's about the same. So, not too long a game. I'd say it's good for playing after work or something like that, but it's not a huge game by any means. Which is fine. I think a game should be enjoyable, not necessarily long. But for some people really care about that. Some people really want a game they can sink dozens or even hundreds of hours into if need be. So this game is not that, if that's what you want, but it is a very fun, enjoyable game. Something else to go into is that even though exploring is fun, the quests do become can become very repetitive, especially when you, for me, it was around Prosperity Sands and Caviar Key. They became very repetitive. Around here, they did become like shorts. They got a little bit funner because of the distance you had to travel for the Gulf, but they can't. The quests themselves can be very repetitive as you play through the game. So
The Gulf is filled with creatures both foreign and familiar.
oh, I love the narrator. That is, I do like that. You did good. So overall, if I were to rate this game, I give it, say, a B. If this were like a homework assignment, a nice good B. Nothing particularly bad about it, but not the greatest thing in the world either. And with that, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. Catch you guys later.